my regular platform. So if anything goes sideways, please forgive me. Marco, Magnus, Cress, Karsten, Mimi, Hadouken, man, so many members in the chat. I'm just gonna wait a quick second here before I start rambling too much about Tesla because we've got a lot to talk about. First, I want to make sure that all my audio and everything is working well, and then also I want to make sure that I tweeted up the right thing. Let's see here. Okay, it's very quiet. Okay, I can turn that up. No worries. Awesome. Okay, great, perfect. Okay. By the way, I'm using my new AirPod Pro 3s, so even if you hear baby in the back, anyone else, Avi or anyone, it should be okay. Okay, everyone else says the audio is good. Okay, good. Why aren't you changing diapers? That's a great question, Rose. Okay, so, um, man, where do we start? When was the last time that we had a power hour? First of all, I've got our Juju hang in here. I want to know in the chat if you guys have the same. And let me know where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. Let me know in the chat. I want to pull up Tesla stock. All right. We are exactly flat to start the live stream. We got a lot to catch up on stock wise. I think the last time that we went up on a live stream, I think Tesla was at $290. The time before that was all time highs, but it's been a while. 442.39 sitting on Tesla at the moment. Let me read off some places here from the chat. One second. Again, you're gonna have to bear with me. My mouse is a little bit weird. Okay. Barry, how's it going? David from Juju County. David, how's it going, my man? Great American, how's it going? Thanks for coming. Uh, from Clementines, yes. Hoboken, New Jersey. Is that how you say it? Hoboken? Hoboken, New Jersey. Dallas. Hadouken from Los Angeles, of course. Mimi from Sweden. Good to see you, Mimi, as well. Karsten from Denmark. Wolfgang. Sylvia, RDP. Crest from Liverpool. Casimiro from Phoenix. I'll answer the questions here in a second. Juju, hi Juju family from Johannesburg. Papa, how's it going, my man? Pune, India. India, very nice. I might be going to India actually. We might be going to India in February. It's looking like maybe. We'll see. Steve, how's it going? Yes, hanging out for 5 years. I definitely know it. The real Zertek, how's it going, man? Sweden, Pietri, Chicago, Leandro. I have to blast through these. Dallas, Texas, Gary, Norway, Marco, another Marco from the Netherlands, different Marco, mind you. Wolfgang from Germany, of course. Reno, Nevada, New Phase, Per Johan, how's it going? From Sweden, Chicago, Doug, Bay Area, Geek, Austin, Texas. Brian, how's it going, my man? Brian retweeted our tweet last night. So I tweeted out yesterday, and I'll catch up here in a second. I tweeted this out. I said, um, if we get, it was kind of a lame tweet now looking back, it's only 300. Said if this gets 300 likes, this tweet, and Tesla the Green tomorrow, we'll do a Juju Gang Power Hour live stream. Brian retweeted it. And we're at 650 at the moment. Maybe next time I got to aim higher, maybe 1,000 or something. William from Hollywood, Florida. Marco, of course, from Amsterdam. Different Marco. Our Juju Gang Marco inside of our Discord. Our super admin. Our VIP. Um, let's see here. Hoboken from home of Frank Sinatra. Wow, I didn't know that. Peter from Denmark. Man, I love our European friends. Love the live stream. Cleveland, Chicago, Chadwick. Samir, how's it going? Thank you. Fishkill, New York, and Didi. Okay, let's talk some Tesla now. Okay, let's go back to Tesla stock price. So I've pulled it up here. Tesla currently, I'm going to refresh this just so it's not delayed or anything like that. Tesla's currently up 0.46% on the day. So technically we're green. In the last week, Tesla is essentially flat. In the last month, Tesla is up 32.5%. 32.5%. Pretty insane. Pretty insane, right? But if you look at the last 6 months, Tesla's up 70.69%. So, meaning Tesla has gained from April 1st of this year from $269 a share all the way to $442 a share. Quite the rise. Year to date, though, Tesla's only up 10%. Could you have guessed this? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like 10% up for the year. It is really kind of crazy that Tesla's only up 10% for the year. Trailing 1 year, though, of course, Tesla's up another 69%. So all that to say is look at the roller coaster for a second on this chart, right? From the dumps that we were last early October to the sky high all-time highs we were sitting at in December, which by the way, all-time highs 479.86. So all-time highs to today, actually I probably got to go backwards, is we're about 10% away from all-time highs as we sit here right now. Actually less. 10% up or down. Trailing 5 years, of course, Tesla's up 219%. But what's insane is if you look at a stock like NVIDIA and you compare it to Tesla year to date, NVIDIA year to date is up 35%. Okay, 35%. Tesla is up 10% year to date. So could we still have some upside room, aka all-time highs? If you look at stocks like Google, NVIDIA, these guys are sitting at all-time highs right now as we speak. NVIDIA very clearly at all-time highs. But even if you look at a stock like Apple, which has kind of been in the dumps, and I take out NVIDIA here for a second, you'll see here. I mean, Apple. Actually, let's take out. I can't really take it out. Apple is pretty much sitting at all-time highs now too. I think all-time highs for Apple is 254, and currently Apple's sitting at like a buck away from that. So it is really interesting to see the difference of the market that we're seeing a little bit here. Um, Bobby, how's it going, my man? Monday special gap up, Monday fill by 10. What do you know? So the gap up thing on Monday, right? The last 2 or 3 weeks, we've had a pretty good, decent start to the week. Today, if you look at Tesla price action for the day, and let's do the 15-minute chart for today, just so we can get a quick synopsis of it. Essentially, we shot up as in the first 15 minutes of trading all the way up to $450. We proceeded to get slapped down, saw a bit of a recovery back up to 444, 445. And now, as we sit here right now, Tesla is technically flat, as flat as they pretty much come. I mean, 10 basis points down for the day. So kind of a nothing burger. Okay. And I'll pull up the minute to minute chart again here. We'll play our Tesla closing price guessing game soon. So save your guesses for now, just because our chats kind of go crazy. So by the time I get to them, it's really kind of too late. Hold on, let me just check X to see if everything's working here fine. And at some point, someone's yelling out there. And at some point, Eli's also going to wake up behind me, so maybe he can make a guest appearance on the live stream. We'll see. Honestly, I'm probably waking him up right now. He's napping. Okay. So now I asked a question to everyone sitting here in the chat. I'm going to start peeling my juju now. When does Tesla hit all-time highs? Leave a prediction of a date. Don't just say quarter 1 next year or quarter 4. Give me a date. Give me a precise date. Best guess. When do you think Tesla hits all-time high? And maybe if you don't think it ever does, let me know in the chat as well. But I'm gonna start peeling the juju. I'm gonna start reading some comments too. So Hadouken says, fun fact, Tim Waltz called the Tesla bottom this year. That is 100% true. 225 and dropping. And I don't think we've dropped since then. So, okay. Carson thinks all-time highs is April 20th. Mimi thinks January 22nd, November 9th. Do you want to go get him? Oh, looks like Eli just woke up from his little nap. Um, okay, October, lots of Novembers. Wow, October 15th, November. So Pietri says, can I see the Matchbox Tesla Roadster in the background? Let me go grab it. Before I don't drop my stuff. I got this puppy from Tesla during delivery when I was taking delivery on this. I don't think it's a Roadster, unfortunately. It's just a Model 3. Nothing super fancy dancy cool about it, but let me put it back. Watch me drop everything. We're trying to do that. November 21st, December 18th, December, October, after Crest after the production delivery numbers are sent. Interesting. It seems like everyone here, and to be fair, we're all Tesla, I mean, good majority of us are Tesla bulls on here, but it seems like everyone thinks October, November in the next 6 weeks here. Here's my take. I actually I actually do agree with that sentiment. We're only 10% away. We're only 10% away as it stands. And if you look at you guys know I like this chart, right? This super trends indicator that I'm showing here. This is the indicator that I tweeted out 6 weeks ago that I said it's officially turned bullish. Get ready. And that was actually August 25th. Oh, actually, hold on. You can't see it right here. If you see where my mouse is, August 25th. So it, when this turned, since then we're up a pretty decent amount. I think it was what was the stock? $340 at that point. So at this point, as we sit here at 444 on Tesla, let me shrink this a little bit. It seems like two all-time highs. And even if you pull up the weekly turned not too long ago for us too. And the last time the weekly turned, I actually was doing some measurements here on it. But the last time the weekly turned, we went up 123% roughly. And so even if we say we're up, let's say we go up 30% from when the weekly turned, that would be right around all-time highs. For well, like a few bucks short of it. Dukin says, "Will I be putting the recorder again with all-time highs?" So as you guys know, during live streams, sometimes you can make silly bets. And I made one with Hadouken, and I said, "Look, Tesla, it's all-time highs. I'm gonna play the recorder." And to be fair, I think I made that promise years ago because Tesla's been hit all-time highs for a while. So I kind of reckoned, okay, well, he's gonna forget about it. He didn't. He clipped it out, put it on Discord in our private Juju Gang members area. Feel free to join if you want. Link in the description. Um, and he posted it everywhere. And to be fair, I kind of skirted around it for a long time, but I did pay my dues for better or for worse. And by the way, that recorder had been sitting in like a pot of dirt for a long time. So try letting it sec. John, how's it going? Um, okay, one GG down. Let's pull up some news. I'm just gonna make sure everything is working well on Twitter. Looks like it is. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk about all this in a second. But so production deliveries are coming up, as we all know. Here's a tweet from Gary Black. Tesla investor relation compiled third quarter consensus deliveries for the next week is 443,000. 5% short year over year and 50% up quarter over quarter. Gary says our third quarter estimate remains at 470K. Look, folks, the discrepancy that we're seeing here between buy side, sell side, whisper number is pretty crazy. So Gary says we're still looking for a material beat when Tesla reports Q3 deliveries and productions on October 2nd. So October 2nd is, I believe, this Thursday. But on the calendar here, I'm pretty sure. And he says the fiscal 2025 consensus is 1.6 million cars delivered, so 10% short year over year. Yes, that's true. Gary is not a Tesla bull anymore. Wait, is that fully true? So maybe someone in the chat can let me know. But I'm pretty sure he sold, and I don't think he's come back on it. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me just turn this off. Okay. Okay, so Gary is officially short. No, okay, sorry, I'm just kidding. He's not short on Tesla. Oh, actually, to be fair, I don't know what he is or what he isn't. But if you look at the prediction markets, and I've got Dan Ives pulled up here in a second, but I actually wanted to pull up Tesla quarter three delivery betting market. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Hold on, there we go. Wow, that was really low on the list. So check this out. It's pretty insane to me that if you look at the betting market for Tesla, the deliveries this quarter, the current forecast has been over 500,000 on betting markets. Now, I know what you're saying. Yeah, who cares? Are these markets even liquid? I mean, to be fair, if it's predicting a 99% chance of 375 or over. So if you like money, and you really didn't think Tesla was going to hit 500, like you probably, hit, no pun intended, hit that bid on this. So it's insane to me if you look at Wall Street, they're saying 450. If you look at Whisper number, they're looking at 475, and then if you look at the betting markets, 500. All that to say, all of that to say, like there's a large discrepancy this quarter to find out what's going to happen. I mean, I have no clue. but it is really kind of crazy to see what's going to go on. Um, yeah. Okay, so Gary sold at 350, someone said, Corey said, not a bull anymore. And you know what? I'm not the type of guy to like care. Like if someone buys Tesla or not, like I don't care. What I find interesting is what I find is when a lot of people sell Tesla, it's very emotional. Um, there is who was it? Jeremy, right? Financial education. He sold out of his Tesla and he went pretty emotional against Elon for I saw a few tweets. He was very against what Elon was doing and saying Elon sucks. And he actually took a victory lap. He actually said that he's the reason why Elon came back to Tesla and all this stuff. But if you're on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Um, so Dukin says, I think this is from Grok. In May 2025, Gary's Black firm Future Fund sold all of its Tesla position at 358, marking the first time since 2021 that it has not held Tesla stock. Wow. So he sold at 358, folks. Wow. Hold on. What's so Tesla's up? Okay, so Tesla, so wow. So the one of the biggest months in Tesla stock history. Tesla's up 31% at a 1.4 trillion market cap or whatever it's at now. He sold literally right before that happened. Yeah, that sucks. That's the thing with Tesla stock. You could be the most rational person in the world, say production and delivery is going to come in low, inflation is going to come in hot, macro sucks. Elon's tweeting about this, and Optimus is delayed, and then Tesla goes up 30% to $1.5 trillion. That's just the way Tesla works. It is kind of crazy. Um, yes, Christopher, thank you. Chris says, let's get those likes up, Gigi Yang. Okay, we're sitting on you. If you're watching on YouTube, actually, you know what? Even if you're watching on X, throw me a like. But on YouTube specifically, if you're watching, we have 250 viewers. We have 64 likes. I want to get those up, please and thank you. Look, I don't stream often, so when I do, I really need your guys' support to push this on the algorithm. Okay, 75, 80. There we go. Come on, keep it going. If you're watching this stream, throw a like for me. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into some. Have you guys seen this video yet? So Dan Ives. Oh, hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up and okay. So I'm gonna pull up this video. Dan Ives. Why don't you come camera too? Hold up. Actually, I got a surprise visitor. Let's bring him on. Oh, okay. Before we pull up Dan Ives, let me
We
just make
are
sure
back.
everything's okay. Let's say hi to everyone. This is why I've been a little bit busy. Why don't you come say hi to? Okay. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Yes. Do you want to eat some oranges? So he just started solids 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't say that he loves food yet. Um, I say hi. Look, is that you? So he wants to start streaming Tesla Power Hour instead of me. And I told him he can when he grows up, but not yet. He's got to learn a thing or two about technicals and financials. I told him that his dad doesn't really know much anyways, but and you know what? He's looking at the monitor, but so if you're wondering, his name is Eli. He's 6 months now. And if what are you staring at? Hmm? And he's just started sitting pretty much this week. Adukin says he's the next E-Trade baby. My buddies have already made memes about him trading options. Um, David says, "Wait, he doesn't look Indian. He's half Indian, half Filipino, half white. So he's quite the mix." Oh, sorry. You can tell I haven't had too much coffee today. Half Indian, half quarter Filipino, quarter white. So he's quite diverse. Okay, you want to say hi? Okay, you got to say hi to everyone. Okay. Um. Okay. Hopefully, he's not too distracting for you guys. Thanks, guys. He is. I mean, he gets the cute side, not from me, mostly from Abby. Everyone kind of says that he doesn't really look like me. Okay, you want to talk? You want to play? Okay, so let's play some video with Dan Ives. What? He's upset right now because Tesla currently is sitting at 441.03. Oh, 441.18 sitting on Tesla. Okay, let's play this video. Dan Ives talking why Tesla is on the way to the moon.
On Closing Bell, Tesla leading the Mag 7 this month, and one
And let me know if the audio is okay there.
top analyst doubling down on the name. Let's bring in Wedbush Global Head of Technology Research, Dan Ives. Dan, you are getting even more bullish on Tesla. Tell us why.
I mean, look, I think this is now.
First of all, let's just say Dan's suits choices, like it's really incredible. It truly is incredible. It is. I didn't know it was St. Patrick's Day today.
Going to be the start of probably the most important chapter of growth ever for Tesla. In terms of autonomous, I believe we're going to see 30 cities, potentially over the next 3 to 6 months, and that's going to be the start. Because, Courtney, my view is that they will own 80% of the autonomous market, and that is not being factored into the stock. I mean, that's why I think this is $2 trillion for starters. Ultimately, will be a $3 trillion market cap. This can
Okay, pause. So he just said Tesla's going to be a $2 trillion company, right? Who remembers when we would go live around, when was it? Was it when Tesla hit $1,000 a share for the first time? Someone remind, was it October 2021? Maybe 2022. The years kind of blend. But do you guys remember when we would go live and I would say, look, folks, pay attention. In all of Wall Street is saying Tesla's a $1 trillion stock. Tesla's a four-digit stock. Back then it was 1,000. Tesla's a $1 trillion stock. Everyone was saying it in August and September leading up to all-time highs. It's 2021. Okay, thank you. November 2021. Wow, time flies. Back then I said, look, when Wall Street talks about this stuff, when Wall Street talks about this stuff, you have to pay attention because they keep repeating it. And what we're seeing now is Dan Ives not saying, "Oh, Tesla is like this huge juggernaut, 5 trillion." Like he's saying it's a $2 trillion stock. He said eventually 3 trillion, whatever. But I pay attention to when everyone starts to say the same thing. And I'm starting to hear it more and more.
continues to be, in my opinion, the most undervalued true AI play in terms of physical AI play out there.
But how long is it going to take them to get to that type of market share in autonomous?
Oh, I think as we go into later this year, and I think especially once we go through the shareholder meeting, when Musk gets pay package and ultimately Tesla gets approved for the XAI investment, I think investors are going to start to realize when this gets rolled out to another 8 to 10 cities over the next few months, and you start to see
I have to say though, when Wall Street comes out with whole number price targets like this, oh, with $500, because at 500, it's not like the market cap is a certain number, right? Like It, for better or for worse, I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but it makes me feel like they're kind of fake price targets. I mean, is it just marketing? Like, do they just need more capital allocation into their fund? And so now they're kind of dealing with how to get that, and $600 makes a really good headline, obviously.
see the scale of ultimately cyber cabs, I think that's where the bell goes off. I think investors right now, there's still skepticism because of the core business, which is actually stabilizing. We'll see that next week. But I think this is all about autonomous and robotics. I think this, along with NVIDIA, the two best physical AI plays.
That's another thing. Everyone and their mom is now saying, "Oh, Tesla's this physical AI company." Where were you 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year? Everyone now is saying Tesla's a $2 trillion. I know it's exciting. Okay. Tesla's a $2 trillion company and it's a physical AI company.
In the market, and Musk now is back to wartime CEO, and that's what you need in terms of this AI arms race.
Wow. And so your target is going from 500 to 600. And I think the average analyst estimate is somewhere around $342. And you think that is all because of autonomous?
Well, yeah, because I think when you look out, when you think of golden goose for AI, it's autonomous and ultimately it's robotics. And that's going to
Okay.
be Optimus. And I think Tesla right now is on the verge of what I think is going to be a period of hypergrowth. And I think that's something that's not being factored in, is a lot of investors just continue to paint it with the same brush. And all the work we're doing is showing that this is an acceleration that's about to happen. That's why we raised price target continues to be one of our top picks in this fourth industrial revolution.
The amount of buzzwords that Dan can fit into a sentence is unmatched.
Do you think that there's still some political backlash with those that didn't agree with Elon Musk or don't agree with Elon Musk and his association with the Trump administration, whether they're enemies, friends, frenemies. I don't know where they are right now, but
Yeah, Sean, we're hitting a golden goose moment in the fourth industrial revolution that has us taking a quantum leap over to a $4 trillion market cap with autonomous robotaxis and the physical AI opportunity.
how does that play out into demand for the vehicles themselves?
Yeah, I think you almost have to separate. I think, look, in Europe, there's clearly still brand damage, and we see that in terms of the numbers. But I think some of that is going to fade, over time, as well as in the U.S. Look, still could be, like we said, 7% permanent brand damage. But I think the broader view here is that they're really going to own what I view as the autonomous world, the autonomous market. And you talk about with Trump and the BFF to the enemy and back now. I think it's all about regulatory. I think Trump administration is going to accelerate the federal roadmap in terms of what's going to be bullish for autonomous, and that's going to be, very important in terms of laying the groundwork for what I believe is going to acceleration of this autonomous strategy.
Every time I watch a video of just Tesla robotaxis going around, I still like it's really cool. And of course, like there's that passenger that's going to probably come up by the end of the year, the safety monitor guy. But man, how exciting!
And I think that is how Tesla is going to be viewed. This is not just for Tesla, but for Musk, most important chapter of growth in its history.
Look, if you brought me to this moment in 2021, right, and we talked about where we're kind of, currently sitting at, Tesla is testing robotaxis at this point, and they're really close to having no safety drivers or monitor drivers in there at all. Uh, Optimus version 3 at some point in the next, let's call it 6 months, will be coming out. AI is so prevalent. It is really exciting times, super exciting times. Um, and yeah, version 14 is coming out too. Version 14 is coming out, I think, this week. Early releases, I believe, something like that. 127 likes, folks. Let's get that up. If you're watching the stream and you enjoy it, I'm going to go on X and just make sure everything is good there. I don't have a way to monitor X super good. Okay, yeah. Okay. So everyone's going good in there. Awesome. Um, hey, I'm Kelsey. How's it going? Long time no see. Yeah, so version 14 is slated for, by the way, I'm kind of, am I excited for version 14? I mean, I guess. Do I really care right now with my car? No. Look, I'm on hardware 3. Oh, I'm quite the pleb when it comes to, when it comes to FSD on my car at the moment. And again, I say that, and 98.9% of the time, I'd say the car drives me everywhere already. And yeah, it has quirks and stuff that, I wish would go away, but it's not like it hinders from what I do right now. But still, version 14 would be super cool to get on hardware 3. I don't think it's, at this point, I think they've really deprecated hardware 3 cars at this point. Um, let's see here. Hold on. I saw a few questions come in here. Thank you, Dugan. Dugan says, join the stream. Be sure to hit like, yes, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, okay, so let's talk production deliveries. And I'm gonna just move on over here for a second. Let's pull up Tesla stock action. All right, folks, let's pull this up. 440, wait, hold on. 440.74 is sitting on Tesla stock at the moment. Let me just fix this up. Let's make this a little bit easier to see. There we go. Sorry for the rapid movement. Okay, 440.90 sitting on Tesla, up 12 basis points on the day. So let's talk production deliveries. Leave in the chat your guess on Tesla production deliveries. Do they come below expectations, at expectations, or do they exceed expectations? And I'll say expectations are 475 because even though I think 450 is as low as it goes, I think whisper number is 475. Sean says 500 plus. That's where the betting market is. Exceed. So I think obviously, wow, exceed. Okay, we're pretty much 100% of people think we're exceeding. Insane. And so this is going to lead into my next question here in a second, but I'm going to let some more chats come through. So if this is true, and what you guys are saying is they're going to exceed that 475, and come in close to 500, let's say even more than 500, I think we're in for a nice gap up on that news. Yes, you can make the argument Tesla's already rallied up to price a little bit of that in, but I think at 500 plus, Samir says meat. Rich says yeah, but energy might steal the day. That's a great point, Rich, because energy, now that they report energy as well, I mean, a couple quarters ago, that was the main headline out of Tesla. Production deliveries was the energy. So that's a great point. Um, hey, congrats. Sean took a Model Y delivery this quarter. Did you get the free supercharging for life? Did you have that promo, or did you get a 1% financing or something that they had? So, okay. So let's say they blow it out of the water. Tesla rallies 5 to 8% on the news. Then at that point, we're pretty much all-time highs, right? So imagine this scenario. Tesla reports deliveries 505, right? Production deliveries. Tesla jumps 8%. Tesla is now pretty much at all-time highs. And then the day after, Tesla announces new affordable line vehicles coming out by the end of the year. Um, Imagine that news to follow production deliveries. There is a world of possibility where that happens. I'm not sure what the probability is there, but imagine that. So if Tesla announces the newer affordable line vehicle or vehicles, and they say delivery can happen by the end of the year, that would be massive. Because again, I talked about this on Herbert's channel the other day, but the total addressable market for Tesla, as soon as they get into that 20 something thousand range, Wall Street will care about that so much more than version 14, even though it makes no sense. That's true, Sean. That's true. But hey, when momentum's on our side, right? Um, so so there's a world where that happens. And then Tesla has, let's say, decent earnings. And then, of course, the annual shareholder meeting where Elon can finally talk about compensation. And that gets passed in Texas. I think you only need 51% for that to pass, right? Yeah. Will it be the affordable Mini Y? It seems like it'll be a stripped down Model Y, is what it kind of looks like. I think expectations are too high. Mind you, these are not what expectations are, I'd say, in the general market. I'm just rambling a little bit here. Finale says, since you can order until the end of the month and still receive the $7,500 credit, there'll be a huge surge, but many thousand won't be counted until quarter four. I am not up to snuff on the legalities of that per se, but wouldn't it be that you have to take delivery for that? You can't just place an order in for that. I feel like you'd have to take delivery and put pen to paper and then take title basically before the end of the quarter. Yeah, we could do some options analysis. Shall we do? Yeah. How about let's do that. You guys down for a little bit of options analysis? Well, let's pull this up here. Who wants to talk options? Hold on. What's the best way for me to pull up options here? One sec. Tesla options. Because I don't have my Weeble. Oh, actually, you know what? I might have my Weeble, but actually it might be a pain in the butt to go through everything. Let's pull up options on Tesla. Yeah, yeah, no glass roof, no leather seat. Um, Hold on one second. Let me pull up the options. Okay, so let's take a look at the options here for Tesla. Remember, options tell us what market makers are pricing in to Tesla stock. Remember, options are contracts to buy or sell equities, in this case, Tesla. I'm going to pull up, I want to do both sides, but I want to do expiration to the year. So let's say January 16th. So what's the market pricing at this point? Okay, so on the call side, there's about $55 worth of premium baked in. And on the put side, at the money, meaning, the 440, the 450 strike, there's about the same, let's call it 55. So $110 worth of premium is priced into Tesla until January 16th. $110, meaning there's what is being priced in if you bought an at the money call and at the money put for Tesla is Tesla all the way up to $550 a share, all the way down to Tesla at $330 a share. So plus or minus 110. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. Folks, I'm not sure if I have to say this, but that's really insane. That is really that's pretty insane to me. So $110 right now reflects, I don't know, let's say a little bit less than a quarter onto Tesla stock price at the moment. And there's not that many days to January 16th. So there's a lot baked in. And specifically speaking, if I were to say um let's do December for a second. Let me see how much is baked into the January production delivery dates. So about $5 less at the money on the call side and maybe $10 less on the put side. Okay. So about $20 being priced into that production deliveries. So, anyways, long story short, there's a lot of premium baked into Tesla, meaning market makers are still expecting a pretty large move up or down for Tesla between now and January 16th. Specifically speaking, between December 19th and January 16th, 2026, that production delivery report that's going to happen, there's about another $20 worth of stock price baked into here. So, I mean, pretty insane um, in terms of premium. But I bet you if you looked at Tesla IVR, let me just Google Tesla IVR, I bet you it wouldn't even be that high. Because Tesla implied volatility is usually pretty high. So Tesla implied volatility is 60%, or 60, which is right around median. It's just insane the volatility that's baked into Tesla. If you look at something like Apple, for example, you would not have this level of premium baked into Tesla into Apple. Of course, Apple's kind of like old person stock at this point, but um, pretty crazy. One sec. Pretty crazy. Okay. This is unusualwhales.com. Just so look at Tesla stock price versus implied volatility rank. Since the beginning of the month, Tesla implied volatility rank has shot up pretty decently. Who remembers what happened at the beginning of this month? Elon's compensation package being announced. Pretty sure that was the beginning of this month. So since that's happened, the implied volatility has not stopped upscaling since then. Um, let's see what else we got here in terms of interesting stuff to look at. So open interest is people love to look at open interest and they go, okay, well, there is wow, there's a lot of calls at the 500 strike for Tesla. I actually am one of these holders. I have 500 strike for, I don't have my phone, but I'm pretty sure it's for either December or January. I have options, Tesla call options that I bought. I think I bought those m middle to end of August, something like that. I haven't sold. Up pretty decently on those. Yeah, Sean says the premium has been juicy, but for good reason. Well, exactly, exactly. Uh, all you have to do is place your order. Okay, well, good to know. I don't live in America, so it's a little bit different on my website. Um, okay, curious. Anyone in the chat holding any options at the moment for Tesla specifically, let's say? Calls, puts. Are you guys hedging anything? Hey, Nicholas, how's it going, my man? Hope all is well. I hope. Wait, can I say congrats yet? Dukin says selling just shares. Steve says I'm short calls. Okay, have some. Hey, congrats, Nicholas. That's awesome. Hope I trust everything went well. Man, that's so exciting. You must be knee deep into some. You probably want some sleep right now, but yet you're on my stream. I love it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Um, Feel free to share anything else you want to, offline or whatever. Congrats, my man. Um, okay, so who has options? Sean says I have some. Okay, Rob says I have January 2027 300 strike. Wow. Okay. Bobby says I've sold many calls. Okay, interesting. Let me pull up. Let me just leave this up here for a second. 441.47 sitting on Tesla. Only long shares. I sold my 450 call options for a bit of profit. I feel so stupid. Market don't feel stupid. Profit's profit, right? How many times have we bag held? Marco and I know this because we're in our Discord, and we talk about this a lot, right? We've held stuff all the time that we should have sold. So at the end of the day, profit's profit, my friend. You can't really do anything about it. So it seems like a lot of people in the chat, and I'll check X2 to see if it's any different, have covered calls on Tesla, and the other half have a lot of far out the money leaps on Tesla, is the way to look at this. So kind of like a barbell I'm seeing in the chat. 200 strike January 16th calls. Logan, those are deep in the money. Beauty. Okay, so Nicholas says, my opinion is take your calls that you bought off of the table. Market is FOMOing. I've been toying with this too. And so my strike is 500 at the end. I think at the end of the year, January, I'll check when I get my phone here in a second, but I don't know. I don't know what to think because I do feel like the sentiment that I'm having in the chat with a lot of people having covered calls on Tesla at the moment saying Tesla is too frothy, it's gone up too much. There's a percentage of me that shares that opinion. And the other side of me is we are 10% away from all-time highs. Is Tesla really going to have this epic rally and not even test all-time highs? So this is where my head's at currently. And that's why I haven't trimmed my position. The 500 strike, especially as it approaches all-time high, you know, should we get there? If we get there, obviously the gamma is going to increase pretty exponentially as well on those strikes, depending on how fast we go up. Thank you, Xander. Thank you, my friend. We're talking options, your favorite too. I was talking with Sean as well about you. Okay, so Nicholas says, look at MACD and RSI, take your indicator, reload. So definitely can reload, but if you look at here's what I'm looking at. And I guess I don't have super short term stuff, but I'm just looking at the BX indicator. Well, actually, funny you say that. Actually, it is red today. Um, Interesting. Does it close red is the question. Okay, so Nicholas, you think I should sell and then reload later this week? I might just follow you on your advice. I'm not going to hold you to it, but I might just follow you on your advice. Maybe I'm going to grab my phone. Where the heck is my phone, man? Um, should we do some trading? Reload when it hits 45. Okay, interesting. I am tempted to follow your non-financial advice. The thing is, though, actually, if you look at the market, let me just put the rest of the market for a second. I don't even know what the rest of the market is doing right now. Oh, it's a lot of Qs. Yeah, that is definitely not the Qs that I care about. Okay, Nasdaq's up 40 basis points on the day. S&P 500 is up 20 basis points. I mean, call them flat. Let's just be honest. And then Tesla's up 0.6%, 441.31 said on Tesla. What should I do? Yeah, I'm gonna ask the chat. What do I do? Do I reload? Do I sell and then rebuy later? This is my kind of my YOLO account anyway, so it's you know, um, I think I'm up like 300%. That's like two. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab my phone because I don't want to just make up numbers. Hold on, give me a second. Wait, hold on 1 second. I know it says no more audio. I don't know why it says that. Give me a second. Okay, am I back? Okay, okay. All right, am I back? Okay, we hear you now. Okay, good, good, good. Um, Nico, I'm on OBS, so I would love to get you to come on, but I don't know how I can do that actually right now. Um, okay, hold on 1 sec. Okay, let me just pull up my stuff now. Yeah, I stopped paying for Streamlabs or StreamYard during my hiatus. Okay, so I'm up 223%. My cost basis is $9.44, and they're currently trading at like $31 at the moment. Um, and if you guys are just tuning in, I'm trying to figure out if I take some profits. Maybe I trim like a half, trim half or something. I don't know. Hold on 1 sec. Let me just pull this up. 441.40 sitting on Tesla at the moment. I'm gonna pull this back up to the 1 minute. Yeah, scale out. So it seems like everyone seems to think Tesla is going to take a little bit of a breather here for the next little bit. If I pull up the hourly, I think the hourly's on a sold, or actually the hourly just went on a buy, folks. That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I could do that. Um, wild. Yeah, when you're up 223%, Nick's pretty much like, what are you doing? Okay, he's like, at this point, what are you really realistic? I'm expecting this to go in the money. 500 strike, and they are December, by the way. I didn't buy Jans. Um, what am I really expecting? Oh, yeah, I know. Um, okay, so the production deliveries. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. It's probably not the smart decision. It's probably not the smart decision. Can you share the buy sell indicator? Yeah, Dante. It's the if you go on TradingView, it's called the BX Trender. Actually, hold on. No, no, sorry. That's a different indicator. The one that you see here is called Super Trend. It's right up here where my mouse is. Super Trend. You can search it. I quite like this indicator, and I know a lot of people that don't like technicals that still will like this one because it's a very easy one to read, and it generally tells you the sentiment. And on the hourly, we're back on a buy, even though it looks like we've retested. I kind of want to buy the dip right now on options. I'll be honest. Um, Considering the gap up morning that we had, we sold off, yet we're still hovering green. I don't know. You're the opposite of where everyone's doing. Yeah, no kidding. Um, Omar says today is needed for to make the next leg higher. The last number of days we haven't been able to hold 442, finding support at it. That, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And watch this back tomorrow and Tesla goes down 10%. I get it. But I kind of feel like today is the day that we've reloaded a little bit back to retest upwards. I know that's what not the experts are not agreeing with me. I do appreciate that point. Coriolan says derivatives or gambling market cannot be timed. Okay, so on that note, yes, if you're buying all out the money stuff, short term, short duration, yes. I mean, like definitely just like YOLO money or YOLO account. But if you're buying deep in the money stuff that has intrinsic value, it's like 200 strike for 3 years down the line. Those are pretty deep in the money and they have pretty decent delta. So it's not gambling in the same way. Plus, if you have covered calls, like you're selling out the money calls, right? And if you're selling out the money calls, those are kind of the insurance policy that you have, right, on your shares. So, but point taken, the stuff that I'm talking about is pretty degenerate. Okay, so what I'm hearing is, even though I probably should sell some, I probably won't. That's just my gut. That's just my gut. By the way, whatever. That's just my gut. Maybe my gut's wrong, but sometimes I just go with my gut. CyberOps says I bought my 300 strike calls in when Tesla tanked to 223 this year. Man, what a buy. Nice work. Wow. Okay. Yeah, synthetic shares. Yeah. Poor man's poor man's shares, right? Almost. Um Oh, that's right. Yeah, digital. What the heck? Thanks for reminding me. Okay, let's play a Tesla closing price guessing game. We have 10 minutes left to closing here. Tesla's sitting at $440, or sorry, 440.72 currently. Wait, what? Why can't I read this thing? I think comprehension has gone down. 442.71 currently sitting on Tesla. Leave your Tesla closing price guess in the chat. Remember, one guess per person. You have to be at or under Price is Right rules to win the Tesla virtual juju that I'll send your way should you win. One guess in the chat. I'll leave my guess here too. 442.35 sitting on Tesla currently. I'm gonna say Tesla closes decently at 444 on the dot. I'll throw my guess in the chat here. If you're on X, feel free to throw it into the comments as well. Um, so oh, did someone else guess what I guess? Awesome. Okay. So while you guys are leaving your guess in there, let's just change this to a 1 minute real quick and let's get, oh, we just got a buy signal on the 1 minute. Let's see how decently long that may or may not last. Okay. There we go. Okay. And let's check out X while we wait here. Let's see here. What else we got going on X? Robinhood's up another 11% today. What's going on with Robinhood? How the heck is Robinhood $135 stock? When did that happen? And how? I swear, I thought I was stupid for not for buying Robinhood at $10 or whatever it was. That's just crazy. I actually missed this talking about this earlier, but it looks like another analyst, Mickey Legg, reiterated a buy on Tesla at $475 a share. The analyst commented Tesla is expected to report third quarter production deliveries on Thursday. We model 442 deliveries versus 448. Look, folks, everyone in the chat thinks to say we're at 500. Um, a solid sequential uptick off of last year's, blah, blah, blah. What else does it say? We anticipate policy-driven choppiness after this quarter. Okay, whatever. Kind of nothing there. Um, Xander wants me to look at this stock called Wolf. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Hold on one sec. Wolf Speed. Holy crap. Is this real? Check this out. If you can't see it and you're listening to audio, I just pulled up a stock called Wolf, ticker symbol Wolf, and it's up 1,686% today. Okay, someone tell me the story in the chat. What happened? Can we do some math on this? So if you bought, hold on, hold on, do you think Brock could help me? Screw it. So if you bought 1,000 shares for $1, that you'd be in for 1,000, and you essentially 20x your money. They're coming out of bankruptcy. But how illiquid is this? John says, I'm visiting West Coast Canada next June. Is that a good month? It's a perfect month to visit. Yeah, June, July, August, even some of September. You can't beat the summer here in Vancouver. Insane. They're at $3 billion stock. Should we short this thing? Okay, that is insane. Okay, back to Tesla. Folks, we're rallying here a little bit. 442.44. I mean, the peanut gallery's out, but yeah, everyone got their Tesla closing price guesses in. I'm gonna have to cut it off in the next 2 minutes. Um, well, if you win, I mean, at that point, it's too late. The market's closed. So watch Tesla like dump 10% on something just tomorrow. It's gonna happen. I know it. What happened on X? Okay, let me pull up. Sorry, let's see what happened on X. Apparently, some breaking news. Let's see how accurate that is. Okay, let's refresh. Some V4 news. Nothing here. I should probably go on following. Hold on, that might be a better idea here. By the way, these are the first V4 cabinet and post supercharger walk around post 5 kilowatts. And Tesla Charging just posted about it 2 hours ago as well. What else we got here? Yes, yes, hockey is back, folks. Hockey is back. For better or for worse. Does feel like it's been 2 years since the Canucks have played a real game, but okay. So it looks like President Trump announced a new international oversight body called the Board of Peace, headed by himself. The Board of Peace will be headed not at my request by a gentleman known as the President Donald Trump. Okay. Um, Interesting. OpenAI is preparing to launch a social app for AI generated videos. That sounds kind of stupid. Um, Interesting. Okay. I mean, so yeah, there's nothing really in terms of breaking news just yet. Today does feel like a breaking news type of day, though, does it not? I don't know. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, 50 cents, folks. If I really exaggerate these candles out, it's okay. If I really exaggerate these candles out, that's really something else. 443.35 sitting on Tesla. No news. TRK, how's it going? I know, I agree, Omar. Like the fact that we keep inching higher, retesting down, finding support, markets wishy-washy, production deliveries are coming, Elon's compensation package is coming. Like all of these signs to me point towards why wouldn't we test all-time highs? I'm probably wrong. Obviously not financial advice, but I'm just an idiot. But to me, it really feels like why would we not at this point test all-time highs? Someone let me know. Like I still have that feeling of like we do have some tailwinds. We do. Yeah, it feels like we want to go higher. Exactly. Um, I don't know. Yeah, the market could dump, but like it seems like a lot of the externality risk is kind of behind us as well. I'm just gonna make sure everything is fine. Let's see here on. So I didn't end up selling. I probably should have. Nick's probably right. Most of the chat wants me to sell, but I'm just gonna hold. Although I will say, every time you guys tell me what to do with my portfolio on my trades, it's a pretty good track record. It's a pretty good track record. Movie says, don't remember what all-time high would be. So about 490, call it. So we're up 10%, less than 10% away from there. All right, Tesla's closing in 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. Gotta make sure our closing price guesses are in the chat here. Okay, good. Okay, so 440. So wow, 443.02 currently sitting on Tesla. Let me just make sure everything is fine here. Hold on. um, yeah, well, it's tough to play Tesla closing price guessing game now. Kind of a disadvantage if you haven't guessed already. No other breaking news, folks, yet. After hours, we'll see if anything comes out, but we'll see. I just want to say, like, thanks for everyone for joining me on such an impromptu live stream. Like, we still have, how many people do we have on X right now? Let me just check. In grand total, we have, let's see. So we have 1,000, just 1,400 people watching. Uh, Pretty insane. Like, I just posted this last night. So, you know, 300 on YouTube, rest on X. I appreciate you guys tuning in on a random Monday, a snoozy Monday. Tesla's probably going to hit all-time highs at some point here in the next little bit. It seems like it's the calm before the eventual storm. Maybe I'm wrong. Thanks, 3D. 3D goes, I was unprepared. I have no JoJo or Juju. For a second, I thought you said something else. Never mind. Um, yes, David, he is. Thank you very much. He just made an appearance on the stream. Does he want to make an appearance for the last minute on stream? Okay, Tesla is officially closed, folks. Let me just pull up Tesla price. Let's make sure it closed 443.21. 443.21. Maybe a mod can help me just make sure that someone gets it right. Hold on. Oh, Pietro, you came a cent over. Oh, that sucks. 443. Xander's over. Samir's over. Hadouken, you might have won this one because you came in at 443.13. And I don't think anyone else. Yeah, Joshua came close, but no. Oh, I think Corey might have won this 443.15. You came 2 cents over Hadouken. And Pietro, you were a cent over. So congrats to you. Okay, let's bring Eli. You want to say hi? Okay. Eli wants to come back for Tesla closing price. Okay, Eli, you have to say congrats. Oh, I actually can't see myself. Okay, he wants to say congrats to everyone. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, don't steal my orange. Again, he likes to pick at things and it's only gonna get harder from here, but we'll see. Okay, do you wanna take a bite? Okay, so 443 sitting on Tesla at the moment. Um, okay, whoa. Okay. Okay. Well, clearly he wants some orange, but yeah, Juju, yeah, that's right. Hey, someone said bullish Juju appetite. That is so true, Paul. Hey, do you like Juju? If you don't, you're not allowed back on our streams. I got to be careful with how big of a bite. Is it good? Is it good? Okay, that is huge. You got a big mouth, man. He loves the Juju. I'm sure he'll eat this later. Okay, so let me just make sure everything else is good here. He's the Juju ambassador. Yes, he is. Okay. So what a pretty decent day, I will say. Like if you look at Tesla stock, Tesla stock's up 64 basis points today. The Nasdaq is essentially the same. S&P 500 is half of that. So I mean, in a day where UK, I mean, in a day where stocks are like Apple is down today, I would say Tesla being up, 0.5% is pretty decent, right? It's pretty decent. I wonder if he's gonna watch this when he's older and be like, "That's so embarrassing. I can't believe I was chewing oranges on stream." But I mean, that's what we do. He wants to eat an orange. Okay, okay. Let me read some comments out. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Okay, there it is. Thank you, Duke. And yes, be sure to hit like if you're watching this stream. You enjoying it? We have 200 likes on YouTube. I don't know how many on X. Probably half. Be careful with the seed. Yes, thanks, Stilium. Yeah, these are seedless. You will eat everything. Thoughts on Google? Yeah, Google. I mean, I like Google. I have Google. I own Google. Google's down 1% today. It's hard not to be bullish on Google, man. They're gonna be the number two to OpenAI. Like, I really do think so. Okay. Um, awesome. Any other questions in the chat before we sign off? And so, yeah. Oh, woo! Nice little dip there. Okay. Imagine that. I drop them on stream. Think we'd break 1 million views on that. But yeah, this was a fun stream. I appreciate everyone tuning in from kind of everywhere. Um, when is the next stream? That is a great question. You know what? You follow me on Twitter. You have post notifications on, huh? Tomorrow, is tomorrow a stat holiday? No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's a stat holiday here in Canada. Is tomorrow a stat holiday for you Americans? My American friends down there? Technically, I have the day off tomorrow. If Tesla's up decently tomorrow, I my arm could be twisted into going live. Oh, it is for federal employees. Oh, but hold on, is the market closed? Okay, I'm just gonna wait for someone to tell me in the chat. Is the market closed tomorrow? No, the market is. Oh, market's closed. Wait, someone says no. Someone says market closed. I have not. Are you the trackpad, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna have to check this myself. Give me a second. So Nasdaq calendar. Uh, no, it's a Canada thing. Okay. Government shutdown on Wednesday. Interesting. Why do you guys have such weird dates for your holidays? Okay, yeah. I think we're good. Okay, so in theory, we could stream tomorrow, but I'm gonna need Tesla to be more pop, lock, and drop than it is today, for that to happen. Okay, so Eli and I say bye. Say bye, Eli. Say bye, Eli. Oh, everything that's just said Elon. Um, okay. Much love to everyone. Take care. Nick, I hope all is well, man. Congrats again. Um, and maybe I'll catch you soon. Okay, say bye, Eli. Bye. Peace out. Take care, everyone. Bye. And hit subscribe on your way out. And join us on Discord if you want. Patreon.com/hit that bid. Peace.